I want to talk about that moment on the Woman Evolve stage where you broke down. You said you didn't get to finish your thoughts. Finish them here.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Lead me up to that moment.
Yeah, it really started with that Lecrae episode.
Okay.
Where I was so down on myself. And y'all, I had time that day, and the devil was working on me.
Okay.
And I commented back. I was in them comments.
You was going in.
What?
I know.
And
I get it.
Somebody called me and was like, I need you to put your phone away.
Stop.
And I was like, just one more.
The fact that, when was this episode?
This was July.
Okay, I missed this.
Yeah, it was July.
I probably saw the episode, but I didn't realize that was happening.
That was, it was so bad. And a few people that are big in the Christian world hit me, and they were like, oh my God, that episode was so good. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, okay, so it wasn't that bad? Like,
we think millions of people no, it's 5 bandwagoners that are just
well, it was way more than that.
Well, yeah. 10, 15, 20, whatever. Right, but those comments, I know, I get it.
Yeah, and just picking your life apart. And I was like, this is another thing that we as celebrities have to deal with, that I don't think people understand when they do that. We are human. And it takes its toll on us. If you have millions of people, or out of the millions, you got hundreds of people just like picking your whole life apart, like how would you feel?
About that.
You know, like, and I always, like, I think about, because I've been on the other end of the blog sites where people are gossiping about me. So I don't do that. Like, I'm not going to sit there and carry on conversations about what everybody got going on, because I know what that feels like.
We know how it feels.
Yeah. So I'm very cognizant of that, to not do that. But it was that episode that really made me just pull back. Okay. Like, I wasn't posting my Bible reading. I wasn't posting anything. I was like, I would have conversations with my friends and we would go to church. But I really pulled back from being vocal about my faith. And it was because it hurt so bad. I was like, I don't even want to talk about it because I can't even be real.
But that's what the enemy wants you to
do. That's
do.
exactly what he wanted me to do.
That's what he wants you to do.
And Woman Evolve, after that, this weekend, I was like, okay, God, I get it. I get it. Continue to reveal to me what you want me to do. I did a live that night, that Saturday night, after Woman Evolve ended, with my Patreon subscribers. And I was still like full. And I could see God was revealing to me, this is what I need you to do. Just be you while you're doing it. I have a lane for you. Same thing.
Woo, Jesus.
Yes, I have a lane for you. And it's not going to look like what everybody else looks like. Because I'm looking at, you look at the Sarah Jakes Roberts of the world. You look at the Nona of the world, the Nonas of the world. You look at the Priscilla Shires of the world, and you're like, is that what you want me to do? No. I need you to do what you're doing.
I need you to do you.
Yes, with the rooms that I'm putting you in, the platforms that I'm helping you build, I need you to use that to speak my name. And don't worry about everything else. I'm working on, you know what I'm doing in you. And I was like, okay, God. And he really revealed it to me. And I broke down on that stage, and Pastor Sheree pulled me aside after, and he was like, I had no idea that you had went through that as well. And it's so many of us when we're like new to this and we're just trying to be authentic, where like there's things that really happen where it makes us pull back. And God's like, no, this is what I need you to push forward and keep glorifying my name.
As you can see, Crystal Renee is back on the couch. I'm here with my girl. You guys, we have something coming which is absolutely phenomenal in November. Should I tell them? No. I'm not going to tell them. No.
You sure?
Let's just hint at it.
Okay.
It's so good, you guys. If you want to be a part of a community of like-minded women, amazing conversations. We had amazing conversations.
So good. So good.
Crystal Renee is a part of it. So you guys are going to love it. Get ready. If you guys want more information, you can subscribe to our newsletter. Go to letstrythisagain.com. Scroll to the bottom and just type in your email so you get exclusive updates, and you get updates before anybody else. It drops in November. Put in the comments what y'all think it is. They don't know what it is. I haven't told them.
Let's see if they can guess.
Okay, see if y'all can guess.
It's fun. It's just so many things where I think, honestly, I wasn't ready to like continue, really completely surrender to that.
To the calling?
To the calling.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, give me an example. Like, what do you mean?
Just like on my podcast, even I'll feel something, and a friend of mine, she's like, you have a prophetic like mantle of your life. She's like, you'll say something and it really happens. Or you'll see something before anybody else sees it, and then it reveals itself. And she said, you have to stop suppressing the Holy Spirit. And this lady, a stranger, Wednesday when we landed in Dallas, we sat down. There was a group of friends. I'm talking on the other side of the table. She's having a whole nother conversation. She goes, excuse me. And I said, yes. She goes, how are you doing? I was like, I'm good. And she goes, did you just experience a loss? I was like, yeah, my aunt just died like a few days ago. And she goes, God is bringing restoration to your life. He's also bringing reconciliation. And then she's like, that's all. Got back in the conversation. Also, you need to stop quenching the Holy Spirit.
Woo!
I said, what? She said, you have a prophetic mantle of your life and you need to stop like minimizing what God is telling you.
What you're feeling, what you're doing.
Because you don't feel like you can speak on that. Yeah, because a lot of times if we're not like a pastor or a minister or apostle, like what ordained such, we don't feel like I'm not supposed to speak on
qualified.
That. Exactly.
You don't feel qualified.
She was like, stop doing that.
Wow.
Then she was like, your podcast is to bring up the unknown, like of Christ, the people that are like the people that don't really, nobody really knows them. You're supposed to say, because it's an unlikeliness that people that's going to start spreading the word.
Wow.
Sarah said the same thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this keeps coming up. It's not going to look like what we're used to. It's going to look like me and you,
man.
You know, and like people that they like, I would never guess them.
Wow.
You see so many like singers and like artists that are turning life over to Christ in front of millions of people on concerts.
It's a wave.
It's a wave, honey.
God is coming for his people.
Baby.
Yep.
And he is like,
coming.
Come on. I'm rallying up my troops.
What?
We riding it done.
What?
I was like, well, I'm just trying to be in the number.
Please rally me. Please.
What I need to do.
What?
Yeah. So, it was that moment where I realized I need to stop doing that.
Okay.
And it just kept coming. And so I would question stuff. And God would send a complete stranger to tell me, you need to stop doing this. I see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Lord, okay. You got a stranger telling me. And not the people I've been talking to about this.
They don't know.
You know, you have your friends you talk to, like, I've really been struggling with this.
Yep.
I don't know what to do.
Yep.
Brenda was like, you got to stop. She was like, you really got to start just saying it. She said, because you're going to help people when you do that.
It's your gift.
Yeah.
I don't even think I knew until Woman Evolved that you were going through this.
Yeah.
When I say the exact same season,
really?
I just did Lecrae's pod 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Has it aired yet?
No.
No, I haven't. I wouldn't have seen it yet.
It should air soon. But even on his podcast, I was like, should I rewatch it? And I didn't even know this happened to you.
Baby,
until this very moment.
Marquise will tell you. I love Lecrae.
No, for sure.
But I did not repost not one of them teasers.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this looks so bad.
Wow.
Like if you don't go back and watch the full thing, you won't have full context and they're judging you off of
for sure.
a bite.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I already was like, no, I'm not going to rewatch it.
I said what I said.
Whoever I was myself. I was open. I made a dark joke. I was like, that joke was, I was like, it was funny to me.
Yeah.
Like
being yourself.
I was like, it was funny to me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about an abortion. And it was like we were talking about a lot of stuff, and you guys will see it when that episode comes out. But I was like, you know what? There are two. I did not know. I didn't even know the conversation was going to go here.
Yeah.
I did not know you were going through this. When I say a struggle, I'm like, I'm not Sexy Red, but I'm not Sarah.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not my neck, my back, but I'm not meet me at the altar every day.
Right.
I'm literally, I'm not all the way left, and I'm no longer where I was when I was right.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm coming to the knowing, like you said, I'm asking God, show me how you want me to do this. Show me how you want me to show up, who you want me to be, because I'm changing so rapidly.
Yes.
And because our content is us and we're so vulnerable, the world sees it.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just posting, oh, I do hair content or I do makeup. Our content is, my content is me.
Girl, can I tell you something? I'm going to be real honest right now. I told my team, I was like, I'm going to rebrand my podcast. I was like, it's getting too churchy. I was like, people are judging me. I want to be myself. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. I was like, I still want to have the foundation of faith, but I have to be myself. I was like, I'm losing myself in this. Yeah, and I was like, I'm looking in the mirror like, I'm not enjoying it anymore. And I
You're
was
scared
like,
to say stuff?
So scared. And I was like, I don't want, and they're like, what do you mean? Like, but it's doing so well. Their lives are changing. I was like, I can't do it. And after Woman Evolve, I went back to my manager. I was like, all right.
Okay.
I was like, Even the music I'm doing, I'm working on music. I was like, bro, I said, we got to be conscious of the content.
I don't want
I was
to
like,
say
I don't know if I
this.
should do this song anymore because it's like promoting toxicity, you know? And I was talking to Brenda. I was like, do I need to do gospel now? And she was like, girl,
relax.
She was like, come on, Major don't even sing gospel music.
Yeah.
She was like, there's a way to do like secular music, but it can still be positive.
Yeah. And not promote.
Promote promiscuity or it can not promote negativity. Like just making sure that what you're putting out is a positive message so that people know that you do have a heart after God's own heart.
I'm so proud of that.
So yeah, like it really changed I was like, I said, maybe we just you know what I'm saying, make this bigger and better this next season versus like changing everything, because I've already changed that whole thing up.
When I say I went through the exact same thing,
really,
every detail, you get scared because you're going to be judged, but then it's like, that's not me. But then it's like, well, that's where I'm trying to go.
Yes.
But then it doesn't feel organic.
Yes.
But you got to think, we have to think about the girl that would never step foot in a church, that doesn't know who Sarah Jakes is, but she knows Crystal.
That's what she said.
Doesn't know who Sarah Jakes is, but she knows B Simone off Wild and Out.
Right.
We need to talk to those girls. I'm telling
you. Yes.
So think about them. Don't think about the church when you're being I'm reaching this girl that is still in the club, but something is pulling at her in this season. She can listen to B Simone. She's not going to listen to Priscilla right now.
Yeah.
Priscilla is too elevated for her.
Yeah.
And sometimes this stuff be too elevated for me. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But think about those girls that you're reaching. And you can only reach relatability. I want to know that Crystal understands when I say I'm dealing with this toxic nigga.
Girl,
or
I'm
dealing with and Sarah's been there.
Yes.
And Priscilla has
so
been
real.
What?
Shout out Sarah, because Sarah's a real one.
Shout out to Sarah.
She a real one, man.
What? A real one.
Yes.
You know, so they've been there. They're now it's a different walk.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not that anybody is here or there or it's different.
And I used to say that I'm just not where you are in your walk. Because I would feel like people are here and I'm here. And it's like, no, we are all on our own walk. And some days they're here and I'm maybe a little higher. Some days, you know, it moves and you can't look at the next person and compare your walk.
Compare your walk.
Like you said, vertical. You got to keep looking up. Yeah.
So I think about those girls now. I'm like, because I was over there.
Yeah.
I was that girl.
We've
and
been
who
there,
was
honey.
I looking? I was looking at some celebrities. I wasn't looking for a pastor. I wasn't looking for a church. I was looking at these people, and if they were to talk about God or they were to say something, I would have listened to them. So that's just our calling.
It is.
We're the gap. We're the bridge between culture and kingdom. And as we're on this walk, we can bring them with us.
We can.
I'm